यशोदानन्दना जय व्रज जनरञ्जना जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुञ्ज बिहारी जय यशोदानन्द जय यशोदानन्दना जय व्रज जनरञ्जना जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुञ्ज बिहारी Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. हे राधा नीलमाधव, राधा नीलमाधव, राधा नीलमाधव, श्री राधे। जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय। जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय। उपस्थित भक्त वृंद की जय। उपस्थित भक्त वृंद की जय। उपस्थित भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम सेकंड कैंटो चैप्टर 7 वर्स नंबर 10। नाभेरसा वृषभ आस सुदेवी सूनु यो वै चचार समुद्र जड़ योगचर्याम् यत्पारमहंस्यं ऋषयः पदम् आमनन्ति स्वस्थः प्रशान्तकर्ण परिमुक्तसङ्गः नाभेरसा वृषभ आस सुदेवी सूनुर् यो वै चचार समदृक् जडयोगचर्याम् यत्पारमहंस्यं ऋषयः पदमामनन्ति स्वस्थः प्रशान्तकर्णः परिमुक्तसङ्गः नाभेरसा वृषभ आस सुदेवी सूनोर् यो वै चचार समदृक् जडयोगचर्याम् यत्पारमहंस्यं ऋषयः पदमामनन्ति स्वस्थः प्रशान्तकर्णः परिमुक्तसङ्गः
ಅದು ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ ತಗದ್ ಬೆಳಕತ್ತ ಸಾಕು ದಿನ ಇಷ್ಟ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಬಿಡೋದು ಅದ್ರ ಬೀದ ಐತ್ ಬೆಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸಂಡೆ ಹೆವಿ ಇದ್ರೆ
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಯಾರಿ ಅದು ತಡಗಿಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಇನ್ನ ನೀಟಾಗಿದ್ರ ಕಿತ್ತ ಇದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ
ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ ಬಕೆಟ್ ಡಬ್ಬ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾರ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ ಕೈ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋದ ಹೋದ ಬಿಡಿ. ನನ್ನ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವನ್ನ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಕಸ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಚೆಲ್ಲಿದಾವೆ ನೋಡ ಕಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ.
Word to word meaning. Nabhe by Maharaj Nabhi.
ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ ನಾ ಮಾಡಿಸ್
Asau, the personality of Godhead.
ಏನ್ರಿ
Rishabha, Rishabha. Asa became Sudevi, Sudevi. Sonuho, the son of
ಏನಾಗುದಿಲ್ರಿ
Yaha,
ಬಂದ್ ಕೈ ಬಿಡ್ತಾನ ನೋಡಿ
why certainly Chachara performed Samadrik equibalanced Jada material Yogacharyam performance of yoga Yat which Paramahamsyam the highest stage of perfection Rishayaha the learned sages Padam situated Amananti do accept Swastaha self-reposed Prashanta suspended Karanaha material senses Parimukta perfectly liberated Sangaha material contamination. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. The Lord appeared as the son of Sudevi, the wife of King Nabhi, and was known as Rishabhadeva. He performed materialistic yoga to equibalance the mind. This stage is also accepted as the highest perfectional situation of liberation, wherein one is situated in oneself and is completely satisfied. Purport. Out of many types of mystic performances for self-realization, the process of Jada Yoga is also one accepted by authorities. This Jada Yoga involves practicing becoming like a dumb stone and not being affected by material reactions. Just as a stone is indifferent to all kinds of attacks and re-attacks of external situations, similarly, one practices Jada Yoga by tolerating voluntary infliction of pain upon the material body. Such yogis, out of many self-infliction methods, practice plucking out the hairs on their heads without shaving and without any instrumental help. Hare Krishna. But the real purpose of such Jada Yoga practice is to get free from all material affection and to be completely situated in the self. At the last stage of his life, Emperor Rishabhadev wandered like a dumb madman, unaffected by all kinds of bodily mistreatment. Seeing him like a madman, wandering naked with long hair and a long beard, less intelligent children and men in the street used to spit on him and urinate on his body. He used to lie in his own stool and never move. But the stool of his body was fragrant like the smell of fragrant flowers, and a saintly person would recognize him as a Paramahamsa, one in the highest state of human perfection. One who is not able to make his stool fragrant should not, however, imitate Emperor Rishabhadev. The practice of Jada Yoga was possible for Rishabhadev and others on the same level of perfection. But such an uncommon practice is impossible for an ordinary man. The real purpose of Jada Yoga, as mentioned here in this verse, is Prashanta Karanaha, or subduing the senses. The whole process of yoga, under whatever heading it may be, is to control the unbridled material senses and thus prepare oneself for self-realization. In this age, specifically, this Jada Yoga cannot be of any practical value. But on the other hand, the practice of Bhakti Yoga is feasible because it is just suitable for this age. The simple method of hearing from the right source, Srimad Bhagavatam will lead one to the highest perfectional stage of yoga. Rishabhadeva was the son of King Nabhi and the grandson of King Agnidhra, and he was the father of King Bharat, and after whose name this planet Earth was called Bharatvarsha. Rishabhadeva's mother was also known as Meru Devi, although her name is mentioned here as Sudevi. It is sometimes proposed that Sudevi was another wife of King Nabhi, but since King Rishabhadeva is mentioned elsewhere as the son of Meru Devi, it is clear that Meru Devi and Sudevi are the same person under different names. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we would like to heartily welcome all devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. So seeking the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas. So I request you to pray so that I can speak something for the pleasure of Lord and glorification of all the acharyas and the Bhagavatam. So today we are discussing from second canto, chapter number 7, verse number 10. So this is the chapter on the scheduled incarnations. So today we are discussing on the incarnation named Rishabhadev. So Rishabhadev is one of the Shakti-Avesh avatars of Lord. So he is the Bhagavat Avesh, it is mentioned, just like Kapila. So Rishabhadev is also one of the Avesh avatars. And his description comes in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we know that Lord Brahma's son is Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu had 2 sons. One is Uttanapad and second is Priyavrat Maharaj. So Uttanapad's dynasty is explained till the 4th canto, and from the 5th canto the dynasty of Priyavrat Maharaj begins. So Priyavrat Maharaj was a very amazing personality. So he, on the order of his grandfather Brahma, so he took up the kingdom, though he was not interested. He wanted to be sannyasi, but he took up the post charge of father's kingdom, and then he divided the Bhumandala into 7 islands and 7 oceans. and then he appointed the rulers for each of them. So this was a main prominent contribution of Priyavrat Maharaj. So using his chariot, so he made the Bhumandala, which is flat, he divided into 7 parts, making holes with the chariot wheel. Okay. So this is the extraordinary activity done by Priyavrat Maharaj. And after Priyavrat Maharaj, his son was Agnidra. So Agnidra and Agnidra later married Purvachitti, and then he begot another son. Name is Nabhi. So Nabhi Maharaj is the father of Rishabhadev. Okay, so son of Rishabhadev is Bharat. So after whose name this land is called Bharatvarsh. So today we are discussing about Rishabhadev, correct? The son of Nabhi and Merudevi. So let's discuss about Nabhi first, and then come to Rishabhadev. So Nabhi was a very pious king, and he worshipped Lord Vishnu, Yajna Purush, and for getting a son who was as good as Lord Vishnu. So he had a desire to get a son as good as Lord Vishnu. So he performed a sacrifice to please Lord Vishnu, and Lord appeared in the sacrifice of King Nabhi. So while Lord appeared, it is said that because he is very affectionate to his devotees, so Nabhi, who had worshipped him with great faith, devotion, and pure mind while performing his prescribed duties. So Lord was attracted by the Vatsalya bhav which he had towards the Lord. And it is said that the Lord's form was unconquerable and captivating. And Lord had 4 hands, Vishnu Murti, correct? And his form is very pleasing to the mind and the eyes. So the Lord's form was very bright yellow garments, and he was having a Shivatsa Chinha, and he was holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma in his 4 hands. Kaustubh Mani was visible, beautiful garland was there, and Kirita was there, and Kundal, bangles in his hands, belt, and necklace, armlets, and ankle bells. So whenever we decorate Lord, we put all these items on the Lord to decorate him. So with all this, Lord looks more beautiful. Of course, Lord is always beautiful, but these items increase the beauty of the Lord. They serve the Lord by increasing his beauty. So seeing the Lord, Nabhi, his priests and associates, they felt just like poor people who had obtained great riches. So imagine that a poor person gets great rich money suddenly, and how happy he will be. Like that, the priests, they felt when they saw the Lord, and the priests offered very nice prayers to the Lord. And then the Lord was expecting that they will ask something, what they want. So while glorifying the Lord, in the end, they felt that it is not very good for us to ask something from the Lord. But still, because the Yajman was Nabhi, King Nabhi, so he desired a son like you. So they put this request to the Lord. So Lord said, King Nabhi said, he is like a poor man approaching a wealthy man for a little grain. So imagine that, we go to Tata home. Okay. So big team of devotees, suppose we go to Tata's home. Okay. And then we tell that, this is our new temple coming. So can you please give donation of 10 rupees? So if you go to Tata, if you ask donation of 10 rupees, that is like small grain. That's what they are telling. Or even if you like if you ask 1 lakh also, it is very less. We have different sevas. You can take, Prabhupada seva, 50,000 rupees, or Vaikunta seva, 1 lakh rupees. So it is like, what? Small grains. So the priests, when they were worshipping, when they saw Lord, so Lord can give anything, right? Lord can give you bhakti. Lord, you can ask for bhakti from Lord. But they felt that, because we have been appointed by King Nabi, so therefore we have to ask for this. That is a son, just a son. So, so then the priests say that why King Nabi is having this material desire. They say that because he never associated with devotees, so he did not know what to ask. Because people do not know what is the highest attainment to be attained. Therefore, people generally ask some material benedictions. So, but one who understands that one who is associated with great devotees, he understands what is the real attainment. So, the priests say that please excuse us for our offense of calling you to this negligible materially motivated sacrifice. Jai Shri Radhanil Madhav ki jai. So in this way, they beg forgiveness, but the Lord was pleased. So they being praised by the priests in prose. So they offered prayers. The Supreme Lord spoke that I shall expand as Nabhi's son, because you have prayed. You have prayed for King Nabi to have a son like me, but there is no one like me. So mattaha parataram nanyat. There is no one greater than me. Asama urdhva. There is no one same like me. So if you are wanting a son like me, then I only have to come as a son. Correct? So in this way, Lord appeared as Rishabhadev, son of Meru Devi. And so Rishabhadev came for 2 purposes. It is mentioned in the last verse of 5th canto, 3rd chapter. That first was to exhibit the method of executing religious principles. So how the varnashrama should be executed. To teach this, Rishabhadev came. And second purpose was to satisfy Maharaj Nabhi's desire. So he wanted a son like him, so therefore he came. So when Rishabhadev was born, so he was manifested with Bhagavat Lakshanam. So he had many symptoms which are qualified for avatar of the Lord, like the markings on the feet, etc. And he exhibited very great qualities, powers, detachment, sense control, everything. And because of this, everyone in the kingdom wanted him to be the king. So Nabhi gave the name Rishabha to his son, Rishabha. So Rishabha means the best of the human beings. Rishabha means best of the human beings because of his good qualities, and also he had a very well-built body, and strength, beauty, everything was there. Name, fame, influence, everything was there in Rishabhadev. So, being envious of Rishabhadev, it is mentioned that King Indra, Indradev, so he stopped the rain in Bharatvarsha, thinking that he's so great, so envy. So, understanding this, Rishabhadev, the master of yoga, profusely poured water upon Ajanab through Yogamaya. So Rishabhadev was the first to create artificial rains. So with his yoga shakti, he poured rains on the Bharatvarsha, it is mentioned. So Nabhi then he enthroned Rishabhadev to be the next king, because it is mentioned that he was very popular among the citizens, and the ministers, right? And secondly, he knew how to give protection to all the citizens, according to the Vedic system. So therefore, Rishabhadev was made the king, and then Nabhi and Meru Devi went to Badrikashram, and they worshipped Naranarayan Shijas and full Samadhi, and then they finally attained Vaikuntha. So, so Rishabhadev, as it is mentioned, that he was a perfect practitioner of the Varnashrama system. So, as a brahmachari, he was an ideal brahmachari. So, Rishabhadev went to Gurukul, and he lived in the Gurukula ashram as a brahmachari. And then in the end, he gave Guru Dakshina, and then he came, and then he married Jayanti. Jayanti was the daughter of Indra. And then he carried out all the ritualistic activities according to Shruti and Smriti Shastras. So in this way, he lived ideal grahastha life, and he begot 100 sons. So he was a king, he begot 100 sons. So grahastha means he should have many children, so that they all can be given in service to Lord Krishna, and some of them can join ashram. So we need many devotees, right? And many of them can become, Kshatriyas, Brahmanas, etc., etc. Correct? So sex life is not condemned, but if the sex life is meant for producing children who can become devotees, then that is ideal grahastha life. So Rishabhadev, he begot 100 children. Surely not possible in Kali Yuga to maintain 100 children. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had 10 children. So out of the 100 children, 10 became Kshatriyas. The eldest was Bharat Maharaj, correct? And there were 9 other Kshatriya. Total 10 Kshatriyas they became. And then 9 became Mahabhagavatas, sannyasis, Navayogendras. Navayogendra you have heard. So they are the sons of Rishabhadev. And then, so their teachings come in the 11th canto. And then the remaining 81, they became perfectly qualified Brahmanas. Well cultured, well behaved. They were expert in Vedic knowledge. So, though all the sons, it is mentioned, they were Kshatriyas by birth, but later by their qualification, they became, Mahabhagavatas and Brahmanas, etc. So therefore, we can understand that the people are characterized not by birth, but by the guna and karma. Right? Chaturvarnya maya shishtam guna karma vibhagasha. So Rishabhadev is mentioned to have very wonderful qualities. He was fully independent, eternally free from material desires. Rishabhadev did not have any material desires. He was full of transcendental bliss. He was equipoised. He knew how to control as a king, and he was undisturbed by material senses. He was friendly to everyone, and he was merciful to everyone. And whenever Lord comes to this world, he also sets example for common men to follow. So, like in also Varnashram, though he was above Varnashram, but he to set example. Yadyad acharati shreshtas. So same verse, similar verse comes here. Yadyad shirshanya charitam tad anuvartate lokaha. Shirshanya means the leaders of the society. Shirshanya. I think sir word has come from this. Shirsh, head. Shirsha. Shirshasan bolte hain, like that. Shirshanya. So he taught the ignorant public by his own example. So he was teaching how in the household life one can actually attain dharma, artha, kama, moksha, right? In this way, prepare oneself for the highest liberation. So Rishabhadev knew the confidential Vedic knowledge perfectly. He knew everything, but still he was subordinate to the Brahmanas because he was a king, Kshatriya. So Kshatriya always works with the guidance of Brahmanas. So he followed that. So in this way, um, it is mentioned that he performed sacrifices for Lord Vishnu's pleasure, and according to Vedic injunctions, with proper ingredients, at proper place, proper time, with youthful and faithful priests. So in this way, he performed right kind of sacrifice, right time, right place, everything. And then all the citizens in Rishabhadev's kingdom were fully satisfied. Even common men did not seek false objects by asking from others. They were completely satisfied. Whatever they got from the government and their own work, they were satisfied. They did not do thievery, they didn't steal, they didn't rob, murder, nothing. They were completely satisfied and absorbed in great affection for the king. So this is ideal kingdom, you know. So like Ram Rajya, like that. Rishabhadev Rajya was also very perfect. So this is one quality to understand that who is Lord. When Lord comes in this form as a king, so there will be complete auspiciousness throughout the universe. Everyone will be very happy. So this is one thing we can understand. And then Rishabhadev, in order to teach his sons, so he went to a place called Brahmavarta. It is mentioned, it is near Kurukshetra. So he was touring the world with all his sons. So he was going on Tirtha Yatra or something, or some camp he was conducting for them. So that time he went to Brahmavarta and he did a Spurti camp. So in the assembly of all the best sages and Brahmanas, he instructed his sons. And the sons were also very qualified. So it is mentioned that they were well behaved, they were devoted and qualified. And all the citizens were also hearing his pravachan. 100 sons were there, and then others were also sitting. So we know the very famous instructions of Rishabhadev 5.5 chapter. So all of you can go through this. So we'll just recite one verse and then we'll go ahead. Please recite behind me. Nayam deho deha bhajam riloke kashtan kaman arhate vidbujam ye tapo divyam putraka satvam शुद्धेत्यस्मात् brahma saukyam tvanantam. So see, this is ideal father. So ideal father is one who calls all his children and says that please understand this human form of life you have got not for wasting life like cats and dogs and hogs. So kashtan kaman, don't work unnecessarily for sense gratification, because sense gratification is available very easily for dogs and hogs. Vidbujami. Vidbhuja means those who eat stool. Correct? So Nayam Deho, this body is not meant for that. But what it is meant for, he's saying. Tapo Divyam. So one has to do Divya Tapasya. Tapasya for the higher purpose of elevating our soul. Right? Tapo Divyam. By which Shuddhet. So the soul is, mind is purified and the soul is elevated. And then finally you attain Brahma Saukyam, which is Anantam. So in this way, one can elevate oneself by Mahat Sevam Dwaramahur Muktes Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. So he says, if you want to really attain this highest liberation, you have to associate with Mahat and do Mahat Seva. So Seva to the great souls. Right? So if one becomes a womanizer, association of womanizers open doors to hellish condition of life. Yoshitam Sangi Sangam means if you associate with materialistic people who are attached to women and money, then our door to hell is open. We get free ticket to go to hell.
Yes. So in this way, he gives very wonderful instructions on what are the qualities of a great soul, and how sense gratification is very binding for the living entity, and how the mind is subjugated by karma, and how you can cut through the knots of illusion. So how one can cut through this, and then what is the process of attaining the liberation. And then he also talks about the responsibilities of a leader, because Bharat Maharaj and all others are sitting, so they are all going to be leaders. So in this way he talks about the leadership qualities. And he also says that all of you should be very obedient to your eldest son, the eldest son Bharat Maharaj, correct? So in this way he trains them to be obedient to the eldest son, that is Bharat Maharaj, because generally all are brothers, then one of them to consider that he is my superior is very difficult. One devotee was telling that after Prabhupada left, so many of them were disciples of Prabhupada, so they had to become gurus. And many of them were almost equals with them. All of them were of the similar age. So to accept one of them who came with them, but he progressed and became GBC or Guru, to accept him as a leader and to serve under him is very difficult. It was very difficult. So father is training the children that that you should understand that Bharat Maharaj service is as good as my service. So he is empowering Bharat Maharaj. So this is what he was doing. And in this way, Bharat, in the end, it is mentioned that he enthroned Rishabhdev enthroned Bharat Maharaj, and then after that he started following this Jada Yoga, what is mentioned in today's shloka. So Jada Yoga is a very unique form of process of self-realization, where it's also called as the Ajagar Vritti, where one acts as if he is a dumb person, like a stone, completely aloof from the materialistic society. And Avadhuta, so he was acting like a Avadhuta. So Avadhuta means he is completely not worried about the external aspects of life. So it is mentioned that Lord Rishabha acted like a dull, blind, dumb, deaf, ghostly, or mad person. And he took the vow of silence, means he did not speak with anyone unnecessarily. Just like Gaur Kishore Das Babaji and others were there, or Jagannath Das Babaji. So he did not want to talk with any materialistic people, completely neglected them. And he was very indifferent to all insults also, as it is mentioned here in today's purport also, that so many people will come and throw stones on him. They would tease him. They would sometimes urinate on him, but he remained completely indifferent to all these things. So it is mentioned that just like an elephant surrounded by flies, you will see elephant, very big creature. So many flies are coming and troubling. But elephant is not worried, it just goes. But when some fly, mosquito attacks, then we get disturbed. But the elephant, like that he was behaving, it is mentioned. So in this way, though he was behaving like this, it is mentioned that Lord Rishabhadev's beauty was very extraordinary. So he had his whole body was well built. It was not that he became very lean, thin, very ugly. No, his whole body was hatta katta, very nice. Face was beautifully decorated with smile. He had a smile, reddish lotus eyes, and very pleasing eyes. Um, and it is said his smile made his face very beautiful, and he was very attractive to women. Hair was abundant, curly, but he was appearing as if haunted by a ghost. So he followed the Ajagar Vritti. Ajagar Vritti, Ajagar python. So python snake. The python snake will not go anywhere here and there to find its food. It will just sit at one place, and whatever comes, he will eat. Near him, whatever comes, he will eat. He will not go out and search for food. So like that, Rishabhadev was sleeping at one place only. Sleeping, eating, drinking, urinating, passing stool, everything in one place. Can you imagine? No need of separate toilet, kitchen, nothing. One place, everything is happening. And he rolled in his own stool and urine so that opposing elements would not disturb him. Okay, so Prabhupada is telling very interesting thing. And how to understand that he was a Supreme Lord? Is Lord, Avatar, but he is showing like this behavior. So we should understand that he is not normal person. Why? Because we have to do stool test. What is stool test? It is said that whenever, if some city is there, some 80 miles is how much? Something 160 kilometer. 1 mile is 1.6 kilometer. So 80 miles, 160 kilometers, some city is there, then they will feel some fragrance. From where this fragrance is coming? Then what would happen is that Rishabhadev would have passed stool. That smell will go for 160 kilometer. Can you imagine? So this is the meaning of God. So Prabhupada is telling, one who is not able to make his stool fragrant should not imitate Rishabhadev. Prabhupada is very unique in chastising the Kaliyugas, Jivas, who want to imitate Lord. Correct? So therefore, it is very easy to imitate the other things, but one cannot imitate this. How long you can roll on your stool and be in same place? Impossible. So this was Rishabhadev. So that's why Prabhupada is telling that no one should imitate Rishabhadev. Correct? No one should imitate Rishabhadev. And later it is mentioned that there was one king called Arhat. So he imitated Rishabhadev, and then he gave some teachings, and from that new religion was formed. Jainism was formed. And so basically this kind of yoga system, it is very harsh practice, very harsh. Like here it is mentioned that they pluck out the hairs on the body, no shaving allowed, no blade, pluck. So why they pluck like this? Because they want to understand that we are not the body, right? So when we give torture to the body, then you understand how horrible is this body, and then you want to get out of this body consciousness. So in this way, the Gyanis and Yogis, they do harsh practice of tapasya. Like Prabhupada says that in chill, cold winter, the Yogis will go inside Gangotri, Yamunotri, and they take bath and they sit there and do tapasya. Or in hot summer, imagine 50-degree heat, Vrindavan, etc. That's it, hot. There you put fire all around and then sit in between. And then above hot sun is there, and then whole body is sweating. and then you understand I am not the body. So this is a very, very horrible way. You cannot imagine also, correct? So Prabhupada is saying ours is not this kind of method. Ours is very jolly method. Eating, not sleeping, eating, dancing, and then chanting. Yes. Eating, chanting, and dancing. So Prabhupada used to say, we will eat our way back to Godhead. हम खाते खाते भगवत धाम पहुंच जाएंगे, प्रसाद खाते खाते. So this is our process of purification. Anandambudhi vardhanam. So this is our process. Not this. Don't try this. It's very difficult. Right. So bhakti yoga is so nice, so wonderful that Prabhupada used to say even a child can practice bhakti yoga. So even small child can sing, dance, do japa, take prasad, and he can advance in Krishna consciousness. Correct. So for doing this Jada yoga, this yogas, Jnana yoga. So first qualification you should have taken sannyas. Without taking karma sannyas, you cannot start these yogas. But bhakti yoga is not like this. Bhakti yoga can be performed even in the womb. Prahlad Maharaj was performing bhakti yoga in the womb only, hearing Shravanam. Correct? You can do bhakti yoga in youth. As a child, you can do like Dhruv Maharaj did, Prahlad Maharaj did. Correct? So you can do bhakti yoga as a young man, youth also. Like any examples who did the youth? Who practiced bhakti yoga in youth? Narad Muni. You were child, 5 years. Hari Ashwas, Shaval Ashwas. Okay, they were youths, brahmacharis. So one can perform bhakti yoga in the middle age also. Like Prachina Parishad, retired family man, no? So he could perform bhakti yoga. Correct? Even as an old man, one can perform bhakti yoga. Example? Ajamila, 80 years after that, he went to Haridwar, did bhakti yoga, went back to Godhead. Correct? At the time of death, also one can perform bhakti yoga. Correct? Ajamila was about to die. He chanted Narayana. So that was bhakti yoga. So in this way, bhakti yoga is all pervading. There is no qualification. Anybody can start practicing bhakti yoga. So this is the beauty of bhakti yoga. So in this way, the purpose of this yoga system, Prabhupada is telling that it is for basically balancing the mind, controlling the mind. Why do you want to control mind? So that you can focus the mind on the Supreme Lord. Bhajaure Manashri Nandanandana. For that purpose, we have to control the mind. So to control the mind, these yoga systems are there. Correct? So nowadays, what people are doing yoga, just pressing the nose, Prabhupada says, pressing the nose, or standing ulta. So just this yoga system, without knowing the purpose, yoga chitta vritti nirodha is mentioned in Patanjali Yogas. So one has to purify the chitta, right? Otherwise, the yoga is no use. It is just bodily exercise, correct? So in Krishna consciousness, we do everything for the purpose of controlling the mind so that we can focus the mind on the Supreme Lord. So easiest way to do this is chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki, Rishabhadev Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. Any comments? Anybody?